Hello there, colorful creators. Today, let's create a summer art activity that is perfect for toddlers. Alright, for this activity, you're going to want to grab a few supplies. So I have some of my son's race cars that he is absolutely obsessed with, and I have a couple different sizes here. I really like this monster truck one because it has some big wheels on it. And then I also have some cut up sponges as well that I keep in our art box, and these don't have to be any particular way. I just have a few that I've cut up that he can use to paint with. And then I also have some kid-friendly paintbrushes, and then also a sponge paintbrush as well. And then if you don't have a sponge paintbrush but you want something similar, a really fun little trick is you can grab some clothespins, and whether that's a cotton ball or a pom-pom, and you can just clip that on there and they can just dab paint in that as well. And then some other things that you will need is some paint, and I have some washable paint. Always make sure it's washable, especially when creating with little ones, and I have 3 different colors there. And then I also have a big piece of paper. If you don't have big paper, you can also just cut up a paper bag, or if you have some paper rolls as well, you can get that, or recycled material is really great too for this project. And last but certainly not least is my favorite supply to keep on hand when creating with little ones, and that is baby wipes. These are great for keeping nearby or in your art box. That way you can clean up and cut down on messes as you go, and messes will happen, so you want to make sure that you're prepared, and having baby wipes helps to cut down on that. Alright, now I also have all my supplies arranged in this cute little caddy that I picked up at Dollar Tree. Very cheap and inexpensive, has a nice handle, so it makes creating really easy and taking all of my art supplies outside with my son. So check the one out that we have linked in the description down below, and you can get one for yourself. Now let's head outside and get creative. Alright, now for the setup of this activity, it is super simple. So all you're going to do is just start by putting some paint on the paper for your kids, and they are going to just use their cars or their paintbrushes and sponges to just make marks and play around in the paint and explore. And also for creating with toddlers, I just wanted to share a few of my top tips to help make it a little less scary. So number 1 is going to be removing their clothing. As you can see, my son is rocking his diaper, and you don't have to wash what they don't wear. So that's what I believe whenever it comes to art time. I'm not having to worry about him getting paint on his clothes, even though the paint is washable, but I'm not having to worry about that, and I can just let him enjoy the process of creating. And my second tip for creating with toddlers is to create outside. So we are currently in our backyard on our back patio, and it is so great because the mess never even comes inside. I can just break out the garden hose at the end, wash them up outside, and we don't even have to see paint inside on my white walls. And number 3 is to use washable supplies. So I'm using washable paint here. Again, there's going to be a mess no matter what, as much as I try to prevent it of removing his clothes and taking him outside, but he still ended up with paint all over him, and that's okay. But because it was washable, it was able to be removed so much easier. And my 4th tip for creating with toddlers is to incorporate their interests. My son is currently car obsessed, so this project was perfect with him. He just kept saying beep, 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 beep the entire time, and he absolutely loved it. Kept his attention so much longer, and he really enjoyed playing with his cars while he did this project. The 5th tip for creating with your toddlers is process art is your friend. We're not about getting a finished result, we're about developing them and letting them explore the creative process. My 6th and final tip is to remove all expectations. Don't go into it thinking you're going to create for X amount of time. They may only be interested for a few minutes, and that's okay, but another time they may be interested for way longer. So remove those expectations. Don't think you're going to have a Pinterest-worthy moment, and just enjoy the process and the time that you're going to be able to spend creating with your little one. Alright, now one of my favorite parts about this activity is it's kind of a 2-for-1. You get your creative art activity, but then at the end of it, you're probably thinking, wow, he's made a mess, there's paint all over the cars, and I don't want those back in my house. Well, that's okay, because now we have our second activity, and it's going to be a sensory activity. So toss those cars into a bucket of some soapy water and let them wash them up at the car wash. So I hope you enjoyed this really fun summer art activity, and it keeps your toddlers busy and you enjoy creating with them. Go ahead and like and subscribe for more fun art activities for your kids at home. We hope that you enjoyed this and you come back again.